gentlemen, and welcome to episode 6, the last episode of... This is the last one? Oh, can I just mention, as this is the last of these episodes, that I'm the only character who hasn't had anything funny to say yet. Seems that I'm just here to do the boring announcements in the BBC voice. Well, if that's all they want from me, then that's all they're going to get. So here you are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the last bloody tall and phony star of banners. Sod them.
Sorry to interrupt the show, ladies and gentlemen, but the programme makers would like to assure listeners that this kind of rude and silly announcement will not happen again. As this is indeed the last episode, we would also like to reassure listeners that rude and silly interruptions will be a great deal ruder and sillier. So, the moment, good night and good bollocking boobies!
Much sillier if I'd wanted to. I could have done the Edinburgh Fringe, you know.
I'm not sure I like the Edinburgh Fringe. I much prefer a Newcastle mullet, or a good old-fashioned short back and sides, please, Michael.
Well, Tone, here we are, very last episode of Jar of Spanners, and what a long way we've come.
Ah, but can you remember the very first episode?
Only just. What was the first sketch?
Well, as it happens, I have an Edison wax cylinder of it right here.
Fantastic. Put it on. Lucky we kept the old Edison wax cylinder player.
And now, Paul and Tony's Jar of Spanners.
Father, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What is your bad news, son?
I have developed to partaking to the music of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh, thank goodness it is only that. I thought you were a homosexual.
And what a long way we've come.
Halt, freeze, suspend all activity. Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? You just smashed our door in.
Who the hell are you?
Am I correct in thinking that you two are Paul and Tony, also known as the Jar of Spanners?
Yeah, so? Wait, watch out.
OK, so henceforth, you will be referred to as Spanner number 1, and your co-conspirator as Spanner number 2.
You what?
Look what's going on here. You smash our doors down, you rifle through our scripts, put that microphone down. What the hell's going on?
Shut it, Spanner boy.
I beg your pardon?
No, Arnold.
Will you kindly explain what's going on here?
By the authority invested in me as a court-appointed bailiff, I hereby serve to you Spanner number 1, also known as Tony, and Spanner number 2, also known as Paul, a notice to cease and desist all comic radio sketch activity forthwith, henceforth, and from now on.
Yeah.
That means that legally you, Spanner number 1, and him, Spanner number 2, are now no longer entitled to do any more comedy sketches.
Yeah.
That means no more jokes, catchphrases, humorous songs, comical monologues.
No skits, no sketches, no scurrilous innuendos.
No one-liners, no double-headers, no comedy, no nothing.
What, nothing? I mean nothing?
Nothing.
But on what grounds?
On the grounds that your stuff is not funny, it's not clever, and it hurts people's feelings.
Who have we upset?
Alan
bloody Titchmarsh. We shouldn't have done that bit when he's rude to Robert Robinson.
What about your song? You even said you wished he would die.
I didn't mean it.
Is it him? Oi, mate, is it Alan Titchmarsh, the one who's behind this injunction?
Well, let me just say, you have pissed him right off.
Yeah.
So, until such time as you're able to lift the court injunction, you must shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Not so funny now, are you, Mr. Spanner?
In the meantime, I propose you play a tape, documentary or something, but nothing funny, understand? No more chuckles for you, cheeky.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, press the button on the tape machine marked not funny. We'll have to do that for the time being. And so, my epic journey to find the origins of life finally comes to a close. It was a journey full of wonders, a journey which revealed a natural world which still we hardly know nor understand. a natural world which is so fragile and so threatened by our human activity that we must always endeavour to care for it. Of course, no animals were hurt in the making of these films. Insects, however, well, that's a different matter. In fact, the truth is, many insects may have got killed in the making of the documentary, but let's face it, we don't really care about them. In fact, one of the only good things you can say about making these bloody nature documentaries is at least a load of bloody insects get trampled on. Especially ants. Bloody hate ants, I do. The more ants that get squished, the better. Filthy little things with their little legs and their little feelers all waving around. So yes, some insects did indeed get squashed, particularly some ants.
David.
Oh yeah, spiders too. Plenty of spiders got trampled on, and I really don't care about them. They're bloody horrible. They're 8 eyeballs and they're 8 legs and they're spidery ways.
David.
Right under your nose. They're spinning their evil little webs.
David, are you okay? It's just that we think you might have been overdoing it lately. Too much worrying about work and not enough rest.
As we sleep, they sit and wait, waiting for the moment they can come out from their insect hiding places and jump up, right up your nose. And then they lay their insect eggs. That's what they do, you know. They wait until you're fast asleep, they crawl up your nose, they lay their eggs in there. Imagine when they hatch, all the little spiders coming out your nose. Oh, just imagine that.
David.
They're evil clever. They're evil clever.
Now, David, that's enough. David, you're a man of science, and you know very well that spiders don't lay eggs up people's noses. Now, calm yourself down.
Yes, okay.
Are you calm? Now, let's get back to the presenting of the show.
Yes.
There's nothing to worry about.
Okay, sorry, no. I don't know what came over me there, so... yes, where was I? And as the majestic jungle canopy sweeps down to the golden shoreline, so the land meets the ocean. Ocean? Ocean? Bloody dolphins!
Oh, no.
You know what they are, don't you? They're aliens! They're aliens put here by a superior force! They're using them to spy on us! They're just waiting so they can invade the Earth! It's the dolphins, I tell you, the dolphins!
Hello and welcome to this very special occasion, the first ever televised awarding of the New Year's honours by Her Majesty the Queen, live from Buckingham Palace. You join us now just as the recipients are lining up to get their knighthoods.
And whom do we have here?
Master Fred Dainage, ma'am.
Oh, splendid. One loves his work very much. Mr. Dainage, it is a great pleasure for me to bestow this knighthood upon you. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. I dub thee Sir Fred Dainage of Meridian. Arise, Sir Fred. Now, whom do we have next?
It's Mr. Alan Titchmarsh, ma'am.
What? That gormless buffoon? There must be some mistake.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but apparently he meets the criteria for a knighthood.
Not on my watch, sonny.
Dear, I pay good money to that Mr. Cameron for this knighthood, and I'm bloody well going to have it.
Have it? You can shove it, right where the sun don't shine.
Ah, off.
Don't speak to the Queen like that. It's okay, Dainage. I got this.
I'll say what I like, so... Ooh, my petunias!
Oh, nice one, Madge. Right in the crown jewels. It takes a prize idiot to deliberately piss off a woman when she's holding a sword.
Oh, well done, Liz. The gobshite northern twat wasn't expecting that. You're all southern bastards.
And I dub you... Alan Bloody Titchmarsh.
Oh, Alan Bloody Titchmarsh, Alan Bloody Titchmarsh, Alan Bloody Titchmarsh, Alan Bloody Titchmarsh, Alan Bloody Titchmarsh. Now, come along, children, settle down. Mr. Twats is going to tell us all about what it was like to grow up during the war.
I'll always remember, I was born at an early age. The parents had very little money, and it was all during the war, so I wasn't allowed to be a baby for very long. In fact, I had my first, second and third birthday all on the same day to save money. Freezing cold too it was. Dad used to wrap our feet with rags to keep them warm, and if it got really cold, he'd set them on fire. We used to live among the rats and the filth, but we were so poor we had to borrow the filth from next door. Mind you, we did lend them our rats. When next door got bombed, There was an old lady in the bath, sitting in the middle of the street, still washing herself. Didn't want to waste the water, you see. I remember thinking to myself, how posh, they've got a bath. During the Battle of Britain, the RAF and the Luftwaffe used to have these amazing dogfights. Well, probably because they'd run out of planes. Then they ran out of dogs. We used to play in the bomb sites, scrambling around looking for bits of crashed German planes. If you're lucky, you'd get your hands on a bit of a German bomber and you'd be made up. Mind you, my mate Billy was so good at finding stuff, he had a whole Messerschmitt ME-109 under his bed. Well, till his mum found out. But we were happy in those days. Dad used to tell us to have a bit of the Dunkirk spirit. So every time the German bombers came over, I ran away. And we made our own entertainment. We'd all gather round, Mum would play the piano and we'd have a right laugh. Well, because she was rubbish. Then the war finally came to an end. We were all out on the streets cheering. Well, apart from my sister's boyfriend Colin, turns out he'd been a German spy the whole time. Still, not all bad, they shot him the next day. And kids today, they don't appreciate the sacrifices my generation made to save them from the evils of fascism. Ungrateful little bleeders. If you ask me, I'd put them all up against the wall and bleed and shoot them. Twats.
I bought a brand new sat-nav, the best one in the range. It made a funny ticking sound, which I thought rather strange. I set out on my journey, well off the beaten track, and then the bloody thing blew up and I couldn't make it back. Now I don't know where the f*** I am. No, I don't know where the f*** I am. I was in the middle lane going round Spaghetti Junction, then a flash, a bang, a puff, a smoke, the bastard ceased to function. Now I don't know where the f*** I am. I could be anywhere from Peru to Siam, so here is my advice to you. If you don't want to end up in Timbuktu, sat-navs are a pile of crap, you're better off with a map.
And now, live from the New Gullibility Theatre, Croydon, it's Psychic Sally.
Her name is Psychic Sally. Come. She's contacting the dead. Scabby is her favourite pop food. Athletic is her football team.
Hello, everybody. Is there someone here who recently had a loved one pass over?
Oh, that's me! I recently had someone pass over. It was my Bert.
And you loved him, didn't you, darling?
Oh, I did love him. Amazing. How did you know that?
And you miss him, don't you, darling?
Oh, I do miss him. Oh, amazing. How did she know that I miss him?
We follow her around the country. She's lovely. I always cry, even if what she says makes no sense.
You see, I was quite sceptical, especially the first time when she said she was channeling the spirit of my husband Bert. He wasn't actually dead.
Now, I've got someone up here on stage talking to me. They're saying, Kim. No, he's not Kim. No. But he wants to talk to Kim. That's it. He wants to talk to Jim. It's Jim. Slim. No, that's it. It's Jim. It's definitely Jim.
Oi, that's me.
Is that you, darling? Are you Jim?
Yeah, that's me. Well, I'm Tim.
Well, that's it. Says it is Tim. Now, I've got him here with me, and he's saying, Tommy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's my dad.
That's right, yeah. And who was Tommy?
His name was Johnny.
He's saying, "All right, my son, how are you doing?"
He was Glaswegian.
That's right. He's saying, here, you, Jimmy. He's with you now, as he always was, and loves you as much as he did when he was alive.
He hated me, the old git.
That's right. He's standing next to me, in spirit, here on the stage, right next to me.
That's great. He lost both his legs in an industrial accident.
That's right. He's sitting here looking at you,
and he wants me to tell you something about what he sees.
Well, he was blind from birth.
That's right. He's saying, don't you worry about me, because there's no more pain. He's saying no more pain. Was he in great pain when he passed? Was it a long illness?
Oh, no, he fell off his wheelchair into the canal. He drowned.
That's right. And he's saying goodbye, because he hated long goodbyes, didn't he? So he's saying goodbye to you, darling, and to us.
Well, actually, he had this horrible little song he used to sing when he wanted to get rid of you. Goodbye to you, I'm glad to see the back of you. And goodbye to you, and now I'm on me way.
Right, okay, then let's thank this lovely gentleman, everyone. Thank you, darling. Sit down. Bye. Now, is there a Marjorie in the theatre tonight? Is there? Marjorie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I have a very special message for you from your husband, Trevor.
I only left him 15 minutes ago. He was eating his tea.
He says, you better sit down, love.
Oh, dear me.
Now, I've got someone talking to me. They're saying Harriet. Does that mean anything to anyone? Harriet? No, not Harriet. No, Harry.
That's me. I'm called Harriet.
Hello, darling. No, it's not you, darling. It's Harry.
No, that's me, Harriet.
No, darling. It's not you. It's Harry trying to talk to his wife who lives at number 4.
That's me, though, Harriet. I'm here. Who wants to speak to me?
No, darling. It's not you. Harry's trying to talk to his wife who lives at number 4, postcode BN65GT. Is there anyone who thinks they might know Harry? Someone who lives at number 4.
That's my Cyril, isn't it? He wants to forgive me, doesn't he?
Darling, can you shut up a minute? There's a bloke called Harry, and he wants to talk to his wife Elsie. That's it, Elsie. Elsie, it's your Harry here. Where are you?
It's me. I'm sorry, I was in the toilet. Was you talking to my Harry?
No, it's my Cyril, that is. He wanted Harriet, that's me.
No, darling, I wish you'd shut up a minute. Now, you stand up, Elsie. Can we get her a mic?
It can't be him.
Yes, Elsie, it is him. He's at peace now, and you're not to waste your time grieving for him. He wants you to get on and enjoy your life now that he's gone.
I'm not grieving. I'm glad to see the back of him. I don't need that lazy pig to give me permission to get on with my life. I'm moving in with Pedo. And yes, I was bonking him behind your back, you old bugger. He's more of a man than you ever were. So good riddance to you, Harry. You won't be missed. So nobody wanted to talk to me after all. I waited for hours to get a message through, and in the end she didn't even acknowledge me. Well, I'm stone dead, and I have been since 1996. I was shouting my head off at her, shouting in her ear, and she didn't hear a thing. I was waving my hands in front of her face, and she didn't have a clue. I need to talk to my brother-in-law, but she's abroad, and I should know I'm a ghost, and she can't even see me. Case closed.
Personal injury expert lawyers, turn your stupidity light into cash.
Have you recently been seriously hurt in a workplace accident? No? Then would you like to be? Our personal injury experts can arrange all kinds of workplace accidents. For example, hit in the head by a cooling fan, feet run over by a forklift truck, or heavy boxes falling from high shelves onto your head.
I had been working in the depot for years, and I had never experienced any kind of injury. Then personal injury expert lawyers arranged for a pool of oil to be poured on the floor where I was walking. I slipped over and broke my leg. It was extremely painful. After 3 months, I received an enormous payout from my employers.
Personal injury expert lawyers helped me develop a limp.
I had tried many times to slip on the step leading up to my workplace, but without success. I rang personal injury expert lawyers, and within days they had arranged for me not just to slip, but to fall all the way down the stairs, resulting in a double leg amputation. I couldn't have been happier.
Remember, personal injury expert lawyers operate on a no-lose basis. If your first claim is not successful, we simply arrange for a nastier accident to happen until you get your payout. If you have an enormous head, why not have an enormous head injury? Permanent brain damage, a speciality.
Personal injury expert lawyers, and your stupidity runs into cash.
Personal injury expert lawyers do not guarantee that you will obtain any of your compensation. Accidents depicted can result in death. Terms and conditions apply.
Transformer Spanner.
What?
Transformer Spanner.
What's that?
Transformer Spanner. The latest development in action toy technology. Transformer Spanner.
Ooh!
Be the envy of all your friends this Christmas by being the first to collect all the Transformer Spanners. Realistic molded plastic spanners. Each comes with its own name. Collect them all.
Spanners with names? That sounds great.
Turn it upside down and each Transformer Spanner can transform from a ring spanner to an open-ended spanner. Transformer Spanner. Collect them all.
What's that? They transform? That's way cool.
They're ring spanners, then they're open-ended spanners. That's so cool.
And that's not all. You can even do real spanner-type jobs with them.
Transformer spanners cannot do real spanner-type jobs.
Tool! You'd have to be a loser to use other tools.
Collect all 33 spanners and have the whole set. Transformer Spanner. There's
Terror.
the 13mm spanner. There's the 12mm spanner. There's Courageous.
Captain Eagle Spanner.
The 8mm spanner. There's Skillful.
Colonel Ninja.
The 9mm spanner. And look out for Brave.
Sergeant Six.
The 6mm spanner.
Wow, I've got Megathol, the 15mm spanner. Oh, there's Tenatron, the 10mm.
Whoa, that's cool. Hey, I've got Ninja Thor, the 19mm spanner.
Collect them all.
And there's Thurgulator, the 30mm spanner. These are way cooler even than my Hacker Mars.
Transformer Spanners. Collect all 33 named plastic spanners and do spanner-type jobs with all your mates.
Transformer spanners cannot do spanner-type jobs with all your mates.
Transformer Spanner. They're spanner-tastic. Only £5 per spanner. Collect them all.
Wow, they've all got cool names.
And they transform if you turn them upside down.
Cool! Hey, Mum, where's my pocket money?
Collect them all.
I want to collect them all.
You'll want to polish them. You'll want to put them on hooks on the wall in a special case or box. Hold them, wave them in the air, watch them in action. Tightening, loosening. Transformer Spanner. Collect them all.
Mum, I want some money.
Transformer Spanner. Are only available through Paul and Tony Star of Spanners Enterprises. www.transformerspanner.com. Order now to avoid delays. Have you got them yet? Well, why not? Are you some kind of uncool loser?
Transformer spanners do not actually transform in any way. Spanners not suitable for real spanner-type jobs. Each spanner comes with toxic warnings, not suitable for children of the age of 5. At a secret laboratory just outside Neasden, an evil genius makes a discovery.
Aha! I have perfected a brand new chemical element never before seen on planet Earth.
Doctor, you are truly a genius. But what's it called?
Unhooverium. It has the power to resist all attempts of suction, sweeping, and other vacuum-based methods of domestic cleaning. Let's test it against the most powerful Hoover known to mankind. The Henry with the power boost enabled.
You're right, Doctor. The Henry Hoover isn't touching it. I can't wait to see what Nanny makes of this.
All we have to do is make a bit of a mess using something valuable and priceless. Sit back and wait for Nanny to burst in. Right, you scatter around these old master paintings, original Shakespeare manuscripts, moon rocks from the Apollo missions, and why not some Jar of Spanish scripts? And I'll hide behind the door with this unhooverium. She won't know what hit her.
Right, everything's in place. What's going on in here?
But who the hell are you?
Oh, Granddad, and this is my shredder. Nanny's not well today, so she sent me instead. Oh, look at all this mess. Some silly old paintings and paper and those rocks and stones.
No!
Right, Well, in it goes, in Grandad's shredder.
No, I've got to get that Mona Lisa back to the Louvre before they notice it's missing. And NASA only lent me the moon rocks on the promise I'd keep them safe. They'll have my bollocks for this.
And what's that stuff you're holding there? Unhoovarium? What the hell's that? That can go in the shredder too. Anyone seen my glasses?
That's it. Time's up. You've had your 4 sketches now. Time to put up or shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
You got the money?
I'm afraid not. We tried to raise it, but no one thought we were funny enough to risk it.
So say goodbye to the jar of spanners, spanner number 2. Looks like you've laughed your last laugh.
Yeah.
And now, it's time for more Showbiz Reminiscences with Larry Lovey.
You know, when I meet my fans, one of the things that people always want to ask me about is sex. Well, to be more accurate, they want to talk to me about sex scenes. For as you know, in my film career, I have indeed portrayed the act of love-making many times. During the 70s, when my thick and curly body hair was seen as a positive advantage, and when directors were partial to a more generously proportioned posterior, I was invited to participate in many sex scenes. I was lucky enough to have sex scenes with many beautiful and talented actresses. And so, what people ask is, how can you strip down to your birthday suit, climb between the legs of a beautiful starlet, bury your face in her glossy hair, and rot like a rampant goat? How do you do all that without wanting to throw caution to the wind and shag her brains out? Well, I need only point out that while this sexual abandonment seems to be underway, sound technicians are indeed beneath the sheets and record every squelch and pop. Cameramen are suspended above and focus deeply into the rising and falling of your derriere, and just out of sight, lighting technicians are shining a spotlight right up your ass. Now, despite all this, actors are only human, and occasionally mistakes are made. What I'm saying is, there have been occasions when actors and actresses have become, shall we say, distracted, losing themselves quite understandably in the moment. For example, there was the time when Alan Rickman managed to surprise Juliet Stevenson twice from behind. And who can forget the time when Maggie Smith found David Warner was unable to stop himself and had to finish him off in her handbag. Then famously, there was the time when Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber had to be prized off Sarah Brightman, and he wasn't even supposed to be in the scene. People still talk about the famous Hair fiasco, when 32 naked actors and actresses performing the musical Hair had to be hosed down by the fire brigade after the orgy scene. I myself remember when, as a young man, the wonderful Vivian Leigh shagged me in the Shepherd's Bush. Not the theatre, the actual bush, on the green. She was like that, fun but filthy. So, when you next watch an arousing sex scene on TV, remember how horrible and boring it is for the actors involved. How dull it is when you have to fondle an actress's buttocks. How boring when you have to cup her bosom. And how tedious when you have to tickle her fancy, and particularly irksome when you come up behind her and you bend her over the table and you lift her thin summer dress over to reveal her ample buttocks and you press yourself against her warm and supplicant body and oh dear, I do apologise, listeners. As if to prove my point, it seems I've lost myself within my reverie. I shall have to go and clean myself up. This is a messy business all round, and sticky too. So good night and farewell, fair listeners. May choirs of angels sing you to your rest, or not if you don't fancy it. Good night. Those bloody bailiffs have taken everything, even all the instruments.
Oh, that's really annoying, because I had a big finale song all lined up to do.
Well, no chance of doing that now.
Oops, sorry guys.
Blimey, Professor Hawking, I forgot you were living in our cupboard.
Don't worry guys. I let the orchestra hide in here with me. They are all ready to play the big finale.
Professor, that's brilliant.
Right, let's get them out and get them tuned up.
And may I say, Paul and Tony, that working with Jar of Spanners has been the highlight of my glittering career, even better than winning the Nobel Prize and doing The Simpsons.
They said I couldn't do it. They said I was a fool. But now I've finally proven it. I really am a tool. I am a spanner. My shaft is straight and true. I am a spanner. I'll tighten knots for you. I am a spanner. There's no job I cannot do. I am a spanner. I am a spanner, and a spanner really rocks. I am a spanner. I'm the best tool in the box, but not for some jobs, like washing clothes or picking locks, but all the others. I am a spanner, the most useful tool by far. I can fix buses and motorbikes and cars, and when you're finished, you can store me in a jar with other spanners. I am a spanner, and when the working day is done, we'll stand there proudly, glinting in the setting sun. If your nuts are large or small, I fit them all. I am a spanner, the proudest on your bench. Forget your hammer, screwdriver and socket wrench. I come in inches, millimeters for the French. I am a spanner. I am a spanner, and if you are truly wise, then you can get one that adjusts to any size. So let the angels raise their jaws high. For after all, I'm just a spanner. Stop! I can't stop singing until they stop playing.
I can't. The bailiffs have taken the conductor's baton and they won't stop without it.
Bloody hell, just get them to stop.
You have been listening to Paul and Tony's Jar of Spanners, written, produced and recorded by Paul and Tony, with additional material by nobody. This has been a Snotty production on behalf of Snotty Records.
show. That's what we can call the 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 show.
Hey, you, don't put your spanners in there. Put them in here. Jar of spanners!
Goodbye to you, I'm glad to see the back of you. And goodbye to you, and now I'm on me way. Goodbye to you, I'm glad to see the back of you. And goodbye to you, and now I'm on me way. Goodbye to you, I'm glad to see the back of you.